Okay, here's another edition in No Female Pastors. The women and some of the men who want to sell you on the lie that women are pastors or can be pastors always overlook really obvious things in the Bible. In later videos, I'm going to cover the things that they twist in the Greek, but right now we're going to just talk about the things that anybody can read in any translation. Okay? And we're going to start with Deborah. Deborah is really how you say it. The word means the buzzing of a bee and comes to mean oracle because it comes from davar, which means the word, as in the word of God. So that's a pretty big title for a woman. Oracle. Okay, buzzing of a bee comes from the fact that people don't like to hear the oracle. Alright? And in common English, you can look that up. The name, that's how the name tends to be called bee. Alright? Now, the story of Deborah is in Judges 4. And you'll notice right away that she's a judge. Not a rabbi. A judge. Now it says that she's a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth. Okay, but prophet has two meanings. Alright? One is that the words of God are given to you to say, and the other is that you teach those words. You have to distinguish between the two, and it's real easy to distinguish between the two with respect to women. It notes that she was a judge. She wasn't a prophetess and a rabbi. Notice that? It says judge. Judge is a civil authority because at that time God was still king and there had to be somebody to speak what his rulings were. And God had male judges, but Israel was so apostate, not even Lapidoth, Deborah's husband, could be a judge. She had to be one, which means he didn't know the word very well at all. Now, if you look at Judges 4, you'll notice that what she does is she goes and calls on Barak. Alright, that's where how my church gets its name. She calls on Barak, which means to kneel, to salute, and therefore to bless. Alright? And she's giving him a civil order from God. She's not teaching him Bible. She's giving him an order to go out and destroy the troops of Sisera. Okay, because they were oppressing Israel at the time. She's giving him a civil order. So what do we know? We know that in certain cases, qualified women can be magistrates. But that's not a rabbi, okay? There's nothing in Judges 4 that calls her a rabbi. In fact, when you get down to after they win and all this other good stuff, Deborah is called a mother in Israel. A mother, not a father. Rabbis are called fathers. Okay? The word father can mean your father, your great-grandfather, your great-great-great-grandfather, your descendants from Abraham. You know, the word father is very loosely used in all the ancient tongues. But rabbis are also called fathers because they spiritually father you. She's not called a father. She's called a mother. Okay? So again, she's not teaching Bible. I don't know how much more obvious it can get. And if you go back toward the beginning of Judges 4, and you just read through it in your favorite translation, okay, you'll find out that because Barak wouldn't go to war without her being there, that he was penalized. Okay, well then a woman's going to destroy Sisera and not you. And the woman, of course, was Jael, with the tent peg and all that good stuff. Alright, I mean, you can read it yourself. Read it. Okay, so if being a Bible teacher, first of all, is not even at all indicated by the text, And secondly, because a woman is going to battle, which a woman isn't supposed to do, then the man loses something, because he's not supposed to rely on the woman for battle. Got that? Now, obviously, we women have roles that can be pretty important, but Bible teacher isn't one of them. That's all. No man can bear a child either. So, women can do some things that men can't do, and men can do some things that women can't do. And any woman who's all ticked off and tries to claim she's a pastor is an insecure woman, doesn't know the Bible, and if you study under her as if she were a teacher, you won't grow up. Now, obviously, we can be reporters. At first, to be honest, I didn't think I could be one. The guy kept pushing it in my face, to the extent of having a guy named Jesus give me a computer so I could write about this stuff, and then videos so I could do, which I didn't even learn I had the ability to do videos until a couple of years ago, 2007. Obviously I can report it, and I'm doing that. But my role, the woman's role, is adjunctive. In other words, I expect when you listen to my videos or read my web pages that you are not taking what I say for granted. I'm not a teacher. With a teacher, you can afford to just sort of take what he says for granted. You can't do that with a non-teacher. I'm writing and doing what I'm doing as an audit. Okay? It's collateral to whatever teacher you're under. All right? I'm expecting you to vet what I say. I'm not expecting you to just believe me. I don't even believe me. I have to see the proof myself. And then when I find it, I try to demonstrate it like I'm doing here. And whether you buy it or not is really not supposed to be my concern. But in case it helps facilitate your own study, your own research, your own collateral study under your pastor, that's why this stuff is there. And a lot of it is original research that isn't even known in Christendom. So it has to be vetted for that reason too. So a woman can be a researcher. A woman can be a reporter. A woman can even be a gadfly. That's what we do the best. And Deborah was a gadfly to Barak. But not a Bible teacher. Now, these other roles have their own importance. And ideally, a man who's got authority is inspired by what we women say. We're not supposed to be bitches, okay? Even if I'm using a bitchy tone, that's not what I want to do. We want to encourage. And she was trying to encourage Barak. And he was so inspired by her, he didn't want to go win the war without her. So you see how that works? That's a pretty valuable role. But it's not a Bible teacher. So women, let's stop trying to be what we're not. Let's enjoy and mature in the roles we got. Okay?